I'm gonna just record about what it's like coming back to Nigeria after 26 years. So I have a lot of thoughts, a lot of feelings. The moment that I got in the airport, I definitely knew I wasn't in America anymore immediately. And at the same time, I felt like I was home. It's like for the first time, I was in a place where like everybody looked like me, everybody sounded like me, everybody bore a similar name to me, and that was different. And then you start going through the airport, and then you start to realize that um, a lot of the government infrastructure that exists in America doesn't exist here. So somebody will be checking my passport and then asking me to give them a gift, a welcome gift for me coming. I'm coming and I'm welcoming you. you know. Um, but then we get here to Akure and I'm around family, and this is the first time that I'm around my cousins, my uncle, my aunt, like my blood family in 26 years. And it just started to remind me of everything that I was missing out on. I have, in Nigerian culture, everybody is uncle, everybody is auntie. But when you see your real blood relatives, it just brings a lot back. Um, Another thing that I was feeling was I wish that I could. I almost wish that I could run for governor. I feel like if they will allow people that care to be in positions of power in politics, that the country would be a lot different. Um, like there's just so much that I think the government can do that are not doing. But eventually, I think that God is really gonna do something with the people of Nigeria. Um, Something else that I've been thinking and feeling after coming back home for so long is um, I kind of don't want to leave. I kind of wish I could stay longer, but I have my wife, 3 kids back home, and I wouldn't be a good husband and good father if I just jump out to Nigeria and leave everybody behind. But I will bring them all back here by God's grace. Um, and we will enjoy a lot of family bonding and communion. A few more things that I've been feeling is um, I've been feeling a little guilty, and the reason is I did absolutely nothing to bring myself to America. I did nothing. I didn't file for visa. I didn't file for citizenship. It was the sacrifice that my parents made to leave their family, leave everything that they know, leave their country, and move to America that had put me in this position. And when the Bible says that the race is not to the swift, right? That time and chance happens to them all. It was just time and chance for me. And I just want to use that opportunity to give the time and chance to as many people that I see, as many friends, as many family, as many people that I can share things that I've learned, things that I've inherited, and pass down to them so that they can see that time and chance happens to them all, right? Not just to particular people. And then the last thing, I was telling some people at the church on Sunday that there's not many things that I envy about Nigeria. You know, I don't envy the roads. I don't envy, um, at times, the lack of security. Um, but one thing I do envy is how much I feel more spiritually sound here than back at home. The only other place that has given me this feeling was when I was in Israel. When I was in Israel, there was like this strong presence of God everywhere that you went. And staying here made me realize that, man, like people here are really praying. They're really seeking the face of God. They're really trusting God for their daily bread. And seeing that tenacity, that hunger for God, is something that you won't see in places of comfort. You know, when you're in America, you don't have to pray for light. You don't have to pray for road. You don't have to pray for, so you almost don't pray at all. So the prayer culture here and the way that people are seeking God is something that I want to carry with me for the rest of my life. And there's no coincidence that Nigeria is producing a lot of the popular preachers and gospel musicians, because it's different here. It really is. It's almost like a pilgrimage. So I could talk on and on and on, but I'm just so grateful. Everybody's been so loving, so kind, so welcoming. The word that describes my entire experience here is just belonging. I feel like I'm back to where I belong. It's like a fish put back into water. I'm even starting to speak more Yoruba than I've ever spoken, probably since I've left. And I thank God for this time. So um, that's all that I have. Does anybody want to say anything to no?